This video is presented by Quilter's Thread, where we aim to inspire you to make your own quilts and to make them well. Contact us at www.quiltersthread.com, at Quilter's Thread on Facebook, or at Quilter's Thread on Instagram. Hi, I'm Lisa Berenson. So the question I get asked most is, what are you working on? And with your busy life, how do you get anything done? Well, what I'm working on lately is something that I can share on Quilter's Thread and then give to a family member. So I just finished some I Spy quilts for my grandsons, and you'll be seeing those on Quilter's Thread and seeing the patterns before too long. Probably a couple more days. How do I get anything done? Well, I don't get enough done. I don't think any of us do. But when I actually do get time to quilt, I always make sure that my time is maximized. That means eliminate the starts and stops. Think like a manufacturer. So I start out by organizing my equipment, organizing my materials, and making sure my equipment is in top condition. Sharp blades in the rotary cutter, the right rulers, sharp scissors, machine oiled, new sewing machine needle, the whole kit and caboodle. When I'm ready to go, that also means I'm organized on materials for my quilts. Now today, I'm focusing on finishing bindings. So what I'll tell you I've been doing is making all the bindings. I have 9 quilts to bind. Probably going to get 4 done, but that's better than none. So how do I do it in my hour and a half? I stack up my fabrics. I've got my materials and fabrics. Cut through a whole bunch of stacks together. Square that up, turn it the other way, cut my binding strips. If I don't have multiple fabrics that I'm using, I just have one, I fold that baby in half and square it up so I can have as few cuts as possible. Then I'm going to take all those strips, sew them into the bindings, all at the same time. Sit at that machine, no starts and stops. This happens when I'm piecing as well. I have as many steps as I can organized so I can whip those through there. No starts and stops. Here's the next piece that needs to be sewn. Chain them together, cut them apart, press them all at the same time. Do the next step. Fewer starts and stops. When it comes to putting the binding on the quilts, you can see here, I've got the binding around 2 of these quilts up to this point. Now I have to measure and cut and make them the perfect length, but I'm going to have 4 quilts here that I'll be doing all at the same time. Fewer changes to my sewing machine foot. This step means walking foot on my machine. Same thing happens if I'm paper piecing, especially if I'm paper piecing. My pattern has 20 different pieces on it. If I make 1 through 20 on this pattern and then go to the next one and do 1 to 20, I've got to stop between each step, press, and figure out the next step. I don't do that. I figure out piece 1 and 2, do it 20 times. Figure out step 3 and 4, do it 20 times. There are a whole bunch of ways you can think of when it comes to quilting to eliminate starts and stops. Those are the killers to our productivity. Again, I'm Lisa Berenson. Thanks for joining us at Quilter's Thread.